Hi everyone. I'm Paul Hirtz. I have a bit of a different talk for you today. It's regarding neuroscience because I am confronted with a difficult situation at the moment. 10 months ago, my baby boy has been diagnosed with a severe condition, and so I had to jump into neuroscience, a topic which is not at all familiar, which I'm not at all familiar with. So I had to make sense of all of that new information, and so I came up with a very short DNA 101 for hackers. DNA basically is your Python source code. It's written in some codons. Codons are just instructions, and those instructions are grouped into genes. The gene define with these instructions how the body should create proteins, and the proteins are used in the brain sorry, I'm a bit nervous. The proteins are used in the brain to coordinate how the brain is functioning and everything. So there are codons which are stop instructions and start instructions, and they map to different amino acids which define then how a protein should work. So the genes group to functions. Then we have it's like Python. You have a compiler which is translating the DNA into messenger RNA. The messenger RNA is just your compiled Python code. And then you have a runtime environment which just executes the pre-compiled Python and it produces a protein in the brain. What happens when there's a bug? In software you have bugs, you have also bugs in DNA. Then we call it mutations. A mutation is basically on one gene you have a bit flip, you can have a bit shift, you can have an inserted stop instruction. Therefore I have the example, nonsense mutation is it then called. It has an additional stop instruction which should not be there. It can have deletions. There can be parts of the gene which are completely missing, completely absent. Mutations come frequently and also not so frequently. We are focusing on the not so frequently bugs, so the rare diseases, which are like obscure, undocumented vulnerabilities, which need to be found and which are hard to find and even harder to fix. Why I talk about that? So, my son, it's Timo. You might have seen this picture outside the door. He has a nonsense mutation and a deletion on a gene which is called WWOX. The WWOX gene is responsible for the correct signaling in the brain. So basically, his processing in the brain is not working at all. Which gives him severe refractory epilepsy. So refractory epilepsy means it's drug resistant. It's evolving constantly. It has, we are on the, I think, 5th different medication to have it under control. And worst of all, he has a low life expectancy of around 4 years. It's a very rare disease, so there's no patch available. Not yet available. There are 100 cases in the world which have this disease. So we cannot wait to have him fixed. So we came up with an own solution. We contacted biopharmaceutical companies, and we have currently launched the development for a patch for Timo. A patch for Timo is not just only a patch, it's actually a virus. We are developing malware for him. The virus should take over the production of the missing protein. And it's basically, it's like you're writing malware code. You have the payload, which is targeting the neurons in the brain, and it needs to be delivered via a vector, and the vector is a virus. It's simple as that. To do that, we needed to create a supporting structure. So we have created an ASBL. ASBL means a non-profit in English. So we created an ASBL to have a bit of a framework around it, because as private persons, it's almost impossible to get into this industry. And it also helps us to raise funds, because we don't have support from national security for doing all of that. It is research, it is experimental, so the national security is not helping us in that steps. So we need to raise funds for doing our procedure. And that's then the next, how can you help us? It's spreading the word, telling the story of Timo. We have set up the site from the RSBL. We have done a GoFundMe where we collected already many funds. It's really, really nice to see the solidarity we get for our case. And we created a Streamlabs charity because I know some streamers which try to raise awareness and launch some initiatives by themselves. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening.